School is out. So what do we do with the children? Well, let's talk about it. And let's begin with the stress that it can bring. Let's be realistic. It's not always something that we look forward to. Having all day, several days in a row, without anything for our children to have to do. That can be a lot on us as moms. With that in mind, I have learned that perspective is everything. I have to really pause for a moment when these times roll around. Time when the children are not in school. I'm a homeschooler, so when I don't have that agenda in front of me and the children have nothing but free time, I have to remember that this free time is actually a blessing. The perspective I have to hold on to is our children are a gift. And there is good that can come out of this time together. I actually look forward to it. And I'm hoping that as a result of these tips, these reminders, you can embrace and look forward to it too. The first thing that I have learned to do is to reflect. Reflect on where are we? Where are we in the family right now? What is our situation and our circumstance? What is the situation and circumstance of each one of our children? Because it can be different. Are they struggling with an illness or possibly a weakness? Are they too engaged in one particular activity or another? What will this time bring? That reflection brings me to prayer. Of course, God knows greater than I, and so this is a time that I need to go to Him to prepare me for the time that we're going to have together. To prepare my heart and my mind to engage the children. Reflection is always really good because then I can embrace that perspective of this being a blessing and not a burden. Along with that reflection, dumping my cares, my concerns, and possibly even my should I say reservations about this time together. Yeah, I have had those reservations, and talking to God about it has helped me. It has allowed me to then come to a place where I can relax. Relax and embrace that this unstructured free time can actually be intentional time spent together. A time where we can rise a little later, which for me gives me a little bit more time to myself in the morning because I always, no matter what, get up before them. So that gives me time to be refreshed and to start at a slower pace. And of course, them rising later lets them start at a slower pace. So that's good for everybody. We can also take time to eat together and again, just embrace the slow pace with good intention. This relaxed state allows us to be gracious with one another, to really not have the burden of hustling and bustling about. But along with that relaxation, I have also learned that having a routine, even for the downtime, is important. Because remember, our children are used to somewhat a schedule. And so I, in my time of reflection, come up with what will our routine be during the time off. That routine includes mealtime, chores, of course, keeping it all together, a time of recreation. I almost always include a time of reading, which gives everybody some time to kind of separate and again relax, settle into a good book, as well as time to rest. We all need time separated away from one another. So just being able to rest your heart and your mind doing something that maybe you enjoy, that could be something creative, something individual. It's good. It's good for me, it's good for them, as well as a time that we can come together. For us, a lot of times we will come together over a movie, a family movie, popcorn, and just a time of laughter. We pick something that's lighthearted, that we can enjoy together. I also find that it is important for us to, or for me to, relate to each one of the children individually. Spending 15 minutes a day with each one of our children, one-on-one, initiating a conversation, but then for me, being mindful to listen, to hear what it is that they have to say. While listening, I am a captive audience to them. They have my full attention, and I look for opportunities to affirm them, opportunities to encourage them, and I'm also mindful not to give advice unless the conversation led by them seeks my advice, meaning they intentionally ask. I'm mindful not to give it during that 15 minutes of time spent with them, because when I'm not advising them, it gives them an opportunity to be relaxed, to engage with me, and to just embrace that time that I am availing to them individually. It also gives us as a family time to relate to one another intentionally. Doing group activities. I love to ask the children, what would they like to do in their time off? Relating to them during the time that we have that is not regularly scheduled, with school in mind and all the activities that come around it, can be so very rewarding for us all. And I find when it is done with intention, we are each refreshed and often ready to go back to the regular routine when this time is over. Tell me, how do you prepare for time off from school? And how do you spend that time off from school? Tell me in the comments. If this has been encouraging to you in any way, please subscribe.